Alright everyone, we gotta get this show on the road. Hello everyone, my name is Toledo-Drislane, and I'm here as a representative of the Wafaa organization. I want to thank everyone that made it here today into this amazing and beautiful event. I'm very proud to see all new faces, and hopefully I get to meet you guys throughout the show. This is a beautiful fundraiser, and today we're going to have on the agenda a couple of testimonies that we'll be showing to you today. And here today we're going to announce an MC, Rosevelt, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about himself and his background. So thank you, and give him a round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor and pleasure to be here. This is something of a homecoming for me. Senator Booker actually gave me my first job out of college, so it's great to be back.
We can't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
It's an honor and pleasure to be here, to be supporting such a worthwhile cause and to be supporting such a fantastic individual in Wafaa. This is something of a homecoming for me, in that Senator Booker gave me my first job out of college. So it's great to be here. It's great to be in a position to do an introduction for him. My name is Rosevelt Delna. I'm a Newark native, presently an attorney, in-house counsel on Wall Street. I'm actually transitioning out to launch a law firm and a government affairs firm here in New Jersey, so I'm coming home for good, and I'm looking forward to it. Senator Cory Booker needs no introduction. We all know him. He's done phenomenal work, transformative work in Newark. All of the great things that you see now the foundation was laid when he was in Newark. So it's a tremendous opportunity, tremendous honor to be here today to actually introduce Mr. George Hemley, who is Senator Booker's state director, who will share a few remarks of introduction and of hellos. Unfortunately, the senator could not be with us today because he is campaigning for our next president, President Clinton, in Buffalo today. So George will be providing us with a few words from the senator.
Thank you for that very kind introduction. Cory didn't give me my first job, but he gave me my best job and my current job, so I'll be kind to him as well. Before I started, I just met an incredible gentleman, and when we discuss a lot of the things going on in our communities, I just met Officer Scott from the Sheriff's County Police Department, and I just think if we ever have an opportunity to thank law enforcement for all the things they do, especially when we're here discussing domestic violence and other issues happening in our communities, I think we got to give a round of applause anytime we're around our law enforcement. I also want to thank I never have a problem speaking too loudly. They always tell me to be quiet. I also just want to thank my good friend Wafaa for her friendship for many years, her leadership on so many issues. She is a trusted friend of Senator Booker and Senator Mendez and so many others. And Wafaa, the work you do is incredible, and we're so grateful for you putting on these events and for everything you do. I know the senator would have been thrilled to have been here with you, but this weekend he is traveling to Buffalo on behalf of Secretary Clinton, and is just unable to be here. So I'm pleased to just say a few words in his place. As many of you know, and as Wafaa knows personally, Senator Booker has a personal connection to the Wafaa House, many of its staff, its board members, its supporters, including, as I mentioned, our friend Wafaa. We're all very familiar with the multitude of critical services the organization provides and its commitment to its organization staff in changing lives and strengthening families. And while the numbers of the lives changed as a result of this organization are truly exceptional, I want to focus on the community impact of this organization for just a moment. While more than 40 million women have experienced some sort of physical violence at the hands of their partner in their lifetime, we know that the victims of abuse are male and female, rich and poor, immigrant or otherwise. We know that reports indicate that children living in an abusive home are 300% more likely to be the perpetrator or the victim of abuse in their lifetime. What the Wafaa House seeks to do is stop this cycle through their services, protecting the family, healing the family, and stopping the cycle of abuse from going on from generation to generation. Too often in the Congress, we're talking about the costs of investment. What does it cost to do this? What's the investment need to do that? What is the cost-benefit ratio of investments in organizations like this? What's the return on investment for organizations that seek to heal and strengthen and provide services on the front end, so we are less likely to need the services on the back end? While these services are critically needed all over our nation, I and the Senator applaud the Wafaa House for their focus on the immigrant population specifically. We know, and Senator Booker has worked on legislation to address the health disparities and other disparities facing immigrant communities, while knowing that these increase the stresses of daily life. The Senator, as many of you know, introduced the Securing Assistance for Victim Empowerment, otherwise known as the SAVE Act, which closes loopholes to drive much needed funding to organizations like these, administered by the Department of Health and Human Services to fund shelters, counseling, support for children who witness domestic violence, and prevention efforts through various state programs. This legislation helps ensure the victims of domestic violence have the resources they need to break away from the abusers and begin rebuilding their lives. Stopping domestic violence is a national priority that requires long-term, meaningful investment in organizations like this that carry out the important work. Again, in closing, I want to thank you all for coming here tonight, the board members, the staff, my friend Wafaa again, many of my friends, old and new, who are here. Thank you for your dedication and continued commitment to this organization that has such a critical mission, and I wish you a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you, George, for providing us with such compelling and telling statistics, and for sharing words of congratulations and support from Senator Booker. Before we continue with our program, I would just like to make one note of acknowledgement. We'd like to thank Under Sheriff Mario Racinos for being here with us today and for supporting such a worthy cause. Unfortunately, in today's society, in today's media environment, police and law enforcement are often painted in negative light. It's a difficult job. Split-second decisions have to be made. So thank you for being with us today. Now we're going to move into a portion of our program that provides testimonials from individuals who are part of this organization. And the first testimonial is going to be from Rabia.